Hi, my name is Anna and I am an occupational therapist. I work with Lifestyle Medical to facilitate the Monday Morning Resiliency Group. Now, we wanted to extend that to our wider Lifestyle Medical community by making some online videos taking you through our newly developed 12-week curriculum program for building resilience. Now, this program will expose you to a different strategy each week. We are intending to give you some practice time during these sessions so you can find what works for you. Now, resilience is all about being able to manage with the stresses all around us on a personal level, on a national level. There is a lot of things going on right now. So we want to equip you with some research-based strategies that have been shown to be effective. So I'm going to share my screen now as I take you through the content for week 1. Now, what you can see for week 1 is that we're going to be talking about mindfulness. Now, a lot of our strategies that we'll be talking about over the next 12 weeks are grounded in mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? So this is the basic human ability to be fully present, to be aware of where we are and what we are doing and not overwhelmed by what's going on around us. So whenever you bring awareness to what you're directly experiencing, you're choosing to be mindful. Now, here's a bit of education piece. Today, we're going to talk about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. So our body is equipped to deal with stress. Now, the stress response is a whole body system response. And so when we're faced with a stressor, our body will activate our systems. So we will be able to feel an increased heart rate. We'll be able to feel you might even feel what's the word that I'm looking for? When you blush, when you feel that blood coming to your face, it's going to your muscles, dilating your pupils. We have this whole system response to help you either flight, so to get out of there, or to fight, to face the situation. So this is an adaptive stress response, but we also have an adaptive parasympathetic response. So it helps us to calm down. So the parasympathetic is for peace. You can kind of think of rest and digest. So when we're at a calm state, our body is better able to digest our food, to absorb the nutrients from our food. And we want to bring the activation of our parasympathetic system. The problem is that a lot of us spend too much time with that sympathetic response, the stress response. It can interrupt sleep. It can interrupt and cause problems with digestion. So we want to have strategies to come into the parasympathetic system, the activation of the system. Now, studies have shown that one of the strategies of mindfulness, which is deep breathing or mindful breathing, it has been shown that deep breathing increases attention and focus. When you take a deep breath in, your heart rate quickens slightly, and as you exhale, your heart rate goes slower. Repeated deep breaths will naturally bring your heart rate more in sync and in tune with your breath. This leads to your brain to release endorphins, and these are chemicals which have a natural calming effect. So that's our education piece for today and why we are practicing mindful breathing. So what we're going to do now is get into a comfortable position. If there's tension in your shoulders, just kind of breathe through it. Relax your shoulders, put your arms beside you, and get into a relaxed position. The next thing what we're going to do is to close your eyes. And what we're going to do is start paying attention to the breath. Just relaxed at your natural pace. I want all your focus to be on your breath. What you'll notice is that your mind will wander. You'll get a thought, perhaps something that you're planning to do later in your day. Perhaps you'll think about something that you just saw in the news. Whatever that thought is, just let it go by without judgment. Bring your attention back to the breath. You can focus on the sound. You can focus on the sensation. Feel the breath coming in through your nostrils. Feel it inflate in your lungs. Feel it come out. Now what I want you to focus on is getting a deep breath by feeling your tummy come out. Just focus here on a simple deep breath. What you don't want now is your shoulders to go in. You want to keep your shoulders relaxed. You just want to feel your belly fill. Fill like a balloon. Keep focusing in on your breath. And what you would like to do now is, after you've practiced this technique, try and incorporate this into your daily life. It is recommended for 15 to 20 minutes. So let's bring our awareness back. We can slowly open our eyes. This is the simple technique of mindful breathing. You don't have to worry too much about the technique of breathing. The practice is actually for the mind. It's to keep your focus. So once we focus, that's when we have that chain response for the stress response. We're going to talk more about in later weeks of breathing techniques, but for now, I just want you to focus on trying to get your belly filled like a balloon. And on the exhale, feel it just deflate like a balloon. Again, think about now your intention. When do you want to practice it? Where will you be positioned? And how many minutes would you like to practice for? I hope that this is a technique that's going to work for you. I found it to be very, very effective if I'm having trouble falling asleep. If I ever have trouble, I think even last night, I was having trouble falling asleep. And I just practiced this laying down in my bed, just said, okay, let me focus in on my breath. And sure enough, every time I'm out, it helps to calm the system. As we said, the parasympathetic system for rest and digest. So I hope that you find the techniques from week 1 helpful, and I'll meet you back for week 2.